Going on, guys? Hope you're having a good day. Hoping you're starting your week off right. Me today, I'm being a patriot. I'm feeling very patriotic today. I'm finally getting around to just shy of the fucking deadline. Finally getting my taxes together. So, of course, I've got a bunch of shit still packed up in storage. So I'm unpacking a bunch of stuff to get all my tax forms and everything dug out to make sure I'm getting all this stuff filed today. And now, I know a lot of you guys aren't hip to kind of the old school egg lore. You know, a lot of people, except for the real OGs, they're not real hip to anything pretty much prior to the Oregon incident, that sort of thing. But I'm gonna tell you guys a little story about something that happened before that. Back in, I believe it was March, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was March. March. Feels like it was March of 2015. Now, I had been around for a little while. You know, I had been the egg for a little while at this point. But I still spent most of my interaction with people that I had was on Skype groups and in some 4chan tiny chat groups at this time. But anyways, so when I first kind of started getting my time in on, I think really there was a main Skype group that I was a part of. It was kind of a tight-knit group for the most part, but that was kind of like my main digs, and I had kind of fallen into that group initially from, I think it was a tiny chat that had led to me being in this group. But I was in the Skype group for a long time, not a real long time, but probably like 6 or 7 months. And there was a girl in this Skype group who I was pretty chummy with. Now, she wasn't somebody who I was interested in like a romantic sense, but we got along pretty good. We talked pretty often. And anyways, March 2015, this girl, she loses her job, and she's like on her own, and she has all these horrible things, and she lived about 300 miles south of where I was at the time. But she had all these horrible things going on. She's like, oh, I just don't know if I can make it. I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh, it's the worst. Everything's terrible. Everything's fucking crashing down. And despite my depressed states that I would kind of go in and out of, I was pretty solid. I wasn't really having like a ton of issues outside of my own mental state. So I was like, you know what? I was like, we've been talking for like 7 months. We talk like every single day on Skype chat. I was like, I want to go down. I'm going to drive 300 miles down, and I'm going to come, and we're going to I had like 4 days off already scheduled that way, because I had basically the end of my work schedule, I had my couple days off, and then like my next work schedule, I had like the first couple days off, so I had all these days off, so I'm like, fuck it, let's go down, I'll just try and cheer you up. We can go out, we can go around and just, drinks or whatever on me. It doesn't really matter. I'm not going to trip on whatever, because even like now, then I didn't have a lot of social interaction, so it wasn't, in my mind, it wasn't such like a, ooh, it's a girl kind of thing, or ooh, it's girl or sex or whatever kind of thing. It was just like something fun to do with somebody, try and cheer them up, she cheered me up plenty of times, with trying to send me some motivating messages, some uplifting stuff back then, even in 2014 and stuff on Skype. And whatever. I think we did have each other's phone numbers too. I think we talked on the phone, if I recall correctly. But anyway, so in March, there was an event that came to light that was known for some time and is still generally referred to as the Cuckening, because of what happened was, I remember I got off of work and I was going to, then like that day or whatever, like the day of my next day off, I basically got up in the morning and I got all my shit together, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna drive. It was total fucking like 600-mile drive altogether, but I didn't care. I mean, I still don't have anything against driving. I still rather like driving. But anyways, so I'm driving and she calls my phone, I'd probably been driving, I texted her or whatever. I don't even know if she was awake when I texted her, but I texted her. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start driving down, making the drive. And probably been driving for like 45 minutes, and she calls me and we're talking, and she's like, oh, I'm so excited. It's gonna be so great. I'm so happy. that you're going to be coming to, see me. It's just what I need. We're even in talks. Like, she was thinking about even maybe, if she couldn't get a job, she wanted to maybe move in with me and all this different stuff. And it seemed like it wasn't a bad idea because, we got along pretty good. We talked a lot. We know each other for some months. It's like, okay, I was still kind of, naive maybe. I wasn't very, like, what's the word I'm looking for? I wasn't real good with people or whatever, so I didn't really like see anything bad. I was like, okay, this is my friend. We talk online. Sure, that's a good idea. But anyway, so I'm going down, and about 45 minutes, we're talking on the phone. And she's like, I'm so excited. I want to make a thread on 4chan that I'm going to get to meet Eggman from 4chan. He's going to come to my house, and he's going to cheer me up and everything. I'm going to make this post on 4chan. I was like, okay, fine, go ahead, whatever. That's cool. So I'm driving down, just driving. And probably about like another 45, 50 minutes, maybe hour goes by. So I've been driving for, I think it was like 2-3 hours on the road, something like that. She calls me and she's like, I'm looking at this thread on 4chan and it says here that you hate women. And I was like, well, I posted stuff about women that they piss me off a lot or, or that they're fucking roasties. Yeah, this is back. I was real steeped in the fucking 4chan RNK stuff at this time. So I was like, yeah, I probably said that, or I posted something about how women are animals and they have no fruit. They always assimilate to the mass culture, and they always they're followers. They're not leaders or something like that. Some random stuff. It wasn't even I didn't even think it was it wasn't fucking death threats or anything. Totally psycho. It was just some of my opinions that that were kind of anti-woman. She's like, oh, I can't believe you would say this stuff. I was like, okay, you're taking we talk every single day, and you're taking a couple 4chan posts that I made when I was extremely butthurt and taking this out of context of the hundreds of hours that we've talked, and and that I was like, you know me better, that I've said shit like that when I get angry or whatever, when I get upset or when I'm butthurt or whatever the case might be. I was like, but that's just not that's not what defines me or whatever. But anyways, she's like, oh, a little more time goes by, another 20 minutes, something like that, and she was like, you know what? She's like, don't come here. You're a threat. You're a threatening person. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, well, fuck it then. I'm gonna drive down anyway, but I'm just not gonna even see you. Which then I did drive down all the way to I was down in Illinois. I was down there, and I basically just fucking stopped at a hotel. I fucking felt like shit because there was even other people down there in the area who knew who I was, but they're like, fuck you. You're some 4chan guy. I don't want to fucking see you. But, so I got basically fucking butthurt, and I drove all the way back, the next day or whatever, and it was a big hoot and holler, Eggman, that fucking dirty cuckold, he's a big old cuck, he wanted to go fuck this chick, even though I didn't, because, I didn't want to throw shade at her or anything. She'd had a very, very checkered past, definitely a lot of, somebody who I never would want to have been in that kind of relationship with, but I felt like kind of a fucked up person. She was kind of a fucked up kind of person. We're kind of fucked up people together. You know what I mean? So I could kind of dig with what she was saying. And so that's a little history there. That's an event called the Cuckening, where basically, that was a big thing. But and then she went on to say, oh well, she fucking denied all this shit, but that we ever talked. She said that I was some fucking creepy loser or whatever. But so I'm digging through my shit here today, and I haven't spoken to this girl for well over 2 years now, probably. But I'm digging through my shit today because I'm trying to find my renter's certificate for my rent credit or whatever I get. And I'm digging through shit, and I find this. This is the birthday card. You can't really see it. It's got some extra cool coloring and shit on there. This is a birthday card this girl sent me in 2014. She was probably the only person who's ever sent me anything like this. And she respected me enough to not dox me at that time, whatever, at that place I was living at, which I don't, which it was a temporary arrangement. She sent me this birthday card. And I'm going to try and, got her name here on it. I'm going to try and keep that blocked. She even drew this little picture here for me here. I'll read this to you guys here. My dearest Millsy, this card is undoubtedly more than a respectable amount late for your actual birthday, but I'd bet you do not mind so much. Thank you for being a good and caring person, even in a world that doesn't always recognize and reward it. Best wishes for your birthday. And she has some hearts here in her name. And I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure this says butts on the back here in cursive. Pretty sure that says butts. You guys probably can't see that. But it just kind of, obviously I'm digging through a lot of shit that I'm not going to go into specifics, but there's obviously a lot of shit in my possession that is going to drum up some emotion from me when I'm digging through it. But I was not expecting to find this card. I'm actually surprised that I even still have the packaging envelope, the shipping envelope that this came in. You wouldn't think I would have this goddamn nearly 3 years probably after the fact, or 2.5 years after the fact, but it just kind of goes to, I don't know, it's like, it's I don't care, about this person anymore. Obviously, she's been out of my life for a long time, but, it just makes it feel like I just, that kind of crappy song I made the other day about women and their ways, to have a girl, who you basically talk to and share a lot with, for so many months, you feel like you build a real bond. She's sending you these kind of cards, all this cool, art design and shit, and, just in the flash of an eye, she's fucking shit talking your name, fucking talking all this kinds of shit about you behind your back, and this girl, her life got fucking really messed up. She was, she had all kinds of horrible things happen to her. Basically she fucking, it wasn't anything to do with me, but her decisions, after she lost her job, I'm pretty sure she lost her apartment. She fucking was relying on, I guess I didn't get like the full real encyclopedia of what everything happened, but there was a lot of drug use, institution stuff. Some fucked up shit, man. Some fucked up shit. But I still got the card here. It's a nice card. I mean, I don't know if I've ever really had a custom birthday card made for me, so it's even got some glitter on it still. Little pink red glitter. And butts. So I'll probably hold on to this shit still. I don't know. It's one of those cool things, a time period that has since, moved on. Something that's in the past. And, this other shit I'm digging through. It's like you gotta move on from a lot of this stuff, I'm still, I can still see my Fan Expo 2015 tote bag sitting over there. It's still got some shit in it over there. Just stuff I've kept with me throughout time, man, these last few years. Just some memories, but I'm just fucking rambling now. I hope you guys are having a great time with your great start to your week. I got hopefully my audio equipment, my audio enhancements should be arriving today, but otherwise I'm gonna just finish up finding this goddamn renter's certificate thing so I can finish filing my taxes and get that sweet whatever amount of tax refund I get. Who knows? Probably not very much because I was fucking unemployed for half the year, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, you guys take it easy, and we will catch you later.